the other thing that I want to talk about is, you know, everybody does finances and everything differently as well. Like, I still know people that have been married for years that are separate financially.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, you just need to do what's right for you. Like, whatever's right for you guys. But if you feel like you're being taken advantage of or anything like that, do not let that happen to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I watch some of those shows, like 90 Day Fiance or Who the Bleep Did I Marry? You know, I used to watch those a lot. Like, you still need to be wary. I'm not saying, like, don't trust anybody, and, like, you know, but be aware and, like, be like, cautious with anybody in the world.
Mm-hmm.
But especially, like, somebody that you're sharing a life with.
Yeah.
And I think it's different if you don't live with someone and they're doing sketchy stuff, you might not see it.
Yeah.
But when you live with them, you're more like, why were you gone for 3 hours in the middle of the night last night? Like, what was happening? Like, you know what I mean? Or, like, why is my bank account empty? Or, like, somebody stole my card and, like, you know what I mean? Like, weird things, you know. It'd be better to find out if you're living together than if you're married. Because, at least in California, if you've been married for over a year, you can't get an annulment. And I'm sure divorce is expensive.
Yeah, and especially if you have that anger concept right behind that divorce. You got that person that's like, I'm going to hit him where it hurts.
Money.
It's a rough one. And then me, I was just like, well, this is how I am.
So just make sure you're guarding and protecting yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's a different time now. A lot of people meet online or through apps and everything like that. I mean, for us, that was not... Neither of us were ever on a dating site or an app or anything. That actually... back to it.
I'm just going to
rewind.
rewind.
We just want to say that, like, marriage is not that scary. And if you're scared, like, be cautious and... I mean, I wouldn't say, like...
You get the right feeling from it and everything. I mean...
Yeah, like, I wasn't nervous on our wedding at all.
No, I wasn't nervous.
I was so relaxed. I was surprised.
She was more relaxed than I was. I was really nervous. I was kind of like... I'm like, is she gonna... I'm kidding. I'm like, I hope she's gonna pop up.
And my dad was hungover, not doing his job right, so...
He had a rough day, and it cracked me up. By the time that dude got up there, I was like...
My best friend and I were like, say the stuff. We had to, like, recite his lines for him. We're like, but you know what? He did. My dress got stuck in the door because my dress was so long, and the door closed after I came in. And somehow I was like, Dad, I'm stuck. Anyways,
so
my dress got stuck. And my veil was a 3-tier veil, so it was just as long as my dress. And it also got stuck, so I was like, Dad, stop. And nobody noticed. Like, after I told everyone, everyone's like, really? I didn't even know. I'm like, thank God. Because my dress totally got closed in the door, and I was, like, rebounded back.
Oh.
But, yeah, I was more focused on him because he was thinking he might barf or something. I was like, oh, Lord, please
I wasn't going to barf.
Not you, my dad.
Oh, okay. I was like, no, I was going to barf. What are you talking about? I don't get...
No, my dad was just like, oh, I don't feel good. I was like, oh, my God. You're killing me.
I was focused on her. I didn't even realize anybody else in the room, let me tell you. I didn't see anybody. I just saw her come down that aisle, and then all of a sudden it got really, really watery.
Yeah, he lost it.
I was like, oh no, my vision is...
Mister, I'm not going to cry. I don't think I'm going to cry.
I don't think I'm going to cry. Doggone it, she got me.
I cried like a baby.
She got me.
I got up there and I was actually surprised how bad he was crying. Like, I was like, oh my gosh. He was like sobbing, and I was like, oh my gosh, I did not expect this at all.
You only cry a couple times in life, right?
Men cry.
Maybe not. You don't cry a couple times in life.
Oh, I cry multiple times in a day. I cry like a couple times a day.
Yeah, I mean...
Let's be honest. I probably cry like 2 to 3 times a day. If I'm completely honest.
Alright, one way or the other.
Besides the point, we just want to say that marriage is not as scary as you think. It doesn't have to change your relationship. It's really just the title.
Yeah.
Like, for us, nothing changed. We were already financially together. The only thing that changed was my last name. And
that I left up to her as well.
Yeah.
I said, it's up to you.
I always wanted to have an A last name because mine was an R. And I had to go, like, last in school, and I always wanted to go first because I love being first. I love presenting. I love all that. So I was always like, dang it, I'm like last because I'm an R. But now I have an A last name, and that I'm like, oh my god, our children are so lucky. I always wanted to go first.
Well, I've always been lucky in going first, and I didn't like going first.
You set the bar. It's the
Yeah,
bar.
but I like everyone else kind of setting the bar, and then other people kind of stumbling, because then I'd be like, cool, I'll be one of the stumblers too, so be aware.
So anyways, basically, just follow your gut, and like, it doesn't have to change. It's not, there's nothing huge. Like, I don't understand why people are like, oh my gosh, marriage is so different.
I think it's like,
changes.
it's like huge for some people, because it's like, I mean, different people have a lot more to lose than other people, I guess they feel, you know. Some people are really like financially set. Some people are like, okay, I'm done with school. This person is kind of like not finishing school yet, but, or something, you know, and you've already got a crazy career going, this person doesn't. So it's like, I guess some things that like you feel, but I don't know. I trust her in everything, so. Did that sound horrible? Oh, okay.
It sounded like a prenup situation, like.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, like certain things like that, like, I guess for some people, like they worry about that. So everyone has a different worry some moment. I mean, but I don't know, like.
I don't know.
I trust her enough. She trusts me.
But it's
I'm sorry. Let's retract that. I trust her. She trusts me. So I mean,
it's just a different thing. But I just think it's interesting that people, like, some people say, like, oh, everything changes when you get married. Like, this is gonna stop, and like the romance.
Why are you gonna change it? Why are you gonna change it?
Like, it's already working.
Yeah. Why would you change it? Just keep doing it. Keep putting that effort. Why would you stop putting effort once you? It's not like an exam. Once you're done with that exam, you're just like, oh, thank God, I got in there. I'm done. Nope. You got to keep going.
Yeah. So there's that. I mean, you have to make sure that you're both committed to keep up your life. If you're.
Yeah.
And if you're happy, you're gonna keep doing it.
Yeah.
So.
That's the reality of it.
That's our biggest thing, is that it just doesn't have to change. It doesn't have to be. I mean, it might be a huge change for you if you're not living together and you live together after.
Yeah.
That might be huge. But realistically, for us, if we weren't married, our life would still be going the same way that it is now.
Yeah, it really would.
I just we wouldn't have that paper, we wouldn't have my last name.
No.
But nothing would be different.
No. It's like that one song that, like, from, what is it? Old Dominion? I don't either. That's all I'm laughing. Alright, go ahead.
Guys, we're losing it. It's too late. But basically, that's what we wanted to say, is that marriage is just, it's not as scary as it seems. If you're with the right person.
If that's what you're looking for too, is marriage, yeah, it's not as scary as it seems.
But I would not suggest getting married if you haven't been together at least 2 years.
Yeah, make sure you're completely happy. Make sure you agree with all the decisions he or she is making. Both of you guys are kind of on the same page, you know, on different things. Because you got to remember, when, like, certain things happen, you're going to trust that person to take over and, you know, handle the situation. And you would like them to handle a certain way, the same way you would handle it, you know, or vice versa. So it's like you're two different personalities, but you got to have a similar perspective. Ultimately, your way you're looking up. So it's like...
And you need to talk about, like, the things, like, some people are like, oh my gosh, like, they're afraid to ask, like, well, I don't know if they want to have kids. We're just talking, or we're just started dating. But it's like, that's important to know. Like, you don't want to get to the end where you're, like, about to get engaged, and then it's like, wait, he doesn't want kids, I want kids. Or vice versa.
Yeah.
Like, that's huge.
And then, like, who knows, you might get to that point and be like, I've always wanted to adopt a child. And it's like, oh, he doesn't want, like...
To adopt a child.
Adopt a child. He's anti-adoption or something. It's crazy. I mean... it
happens.
I mean, you never know. There's all different kinds of people
you need to talk about that stuff. Like, don't be afraid to talk about it, because don't waste your time for 4 years.
2, 3, 4 years, yeah. 5 years.
And then be like, wow, we don't even
see
eye to eye.
No.
And like, talk about parenting. Because if you...
That was like the biggest thing, I think, that we would talk about parenting-wise. We would talk about things that we would do, how we would handle situations, and...
I mean, you guys know that's my major, so...
Yeah.
That's huge for me.
She corrected me on, like... Not corrected me. She brought up points where I was just like, oh, yeah, there's different perspectives. And then it's her background. I'm not going to super, like, argue with it. I'll debate certain things, maybe, you know, because she gives me different perspectives. And then I'll debate on it from my point of view or anything like that. But no, everything is essentially on the same line once again. That same line. You might do this, but you're in that same line.
I mean, it's important because really it's for the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's a long time. And that's a long time to not be happy or to feel oppressed or depressed, really. So, be aware.
Mm-hmm.
And just be smart about it. And if it's not the right one, it's not the right one.
Yeah.
And being married, I mean, I see both ways. Like, sometimes, like I've said before, sometimes people are single and I'm like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, that sounds fun, or like, you know, and then for them, I feel like it's opposite, that they're like wishing that they were married. Not that I wish that I was single, but you know what I mean? There's pros and cons to both.
Yeah.
Like, either, anywhere you are in life, you can look at someone else and be like, wow, their life looks great, you know? But you need to think about things that they deal with.
It's almost like thinking about the grass is greener on the other side. That concept, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, you're kind of always peeking over.
Yeah,
and
it
you're just
makes
like,
you
oh my
curious.
gosh, that looks so much. And then me, I always sit there and say, grass is probably greener on the other side, but it's a good thing I don't know much about agriculture. Is that right? Or is it landscaping? I don't know which one it is.
I mean, both.
Yeah.
Our bird knows how to grow grass, so what do we know?
Yeah, I mean...
But it's just, don't ever think that, like, one situation is way better than yours or anything like that. Like, somebody's relationship is way better than yours. Everybody's different. And don't think, like, you see somebody on the street. Like, for instance, you see, like, the guy that you always talk to at the grocery store and be like, wow, he's so, like, I would love to be with him. Like, he's married and oh my God, you know. You never know what's really going on.
Yeah.
So don't envy, I guess I want to say. Like, don't...
Yeah, I never envy, like, people, like...
Yeah, like, don't sit there and think that their
It's
life
different.
is perfect and your life isn't.
Yeah, don't compare it. Don't
Yeah.
never compare
You don't ever need to compare
No.
yourself to someone else.
You guys are going to live two completely different lives. Even couple-wise. I mean, there's couples out there that are making it, like, crazy or something, or whatever.
Or the opposite.
And you're looking at, don't compare yourself to them. You guys have a different course in life. It is what it is. You just got to look at the bright side. Look at the positive side. Is anything negative happening to you? No? Well, then you're doing all right.
You may not be exactly where you want to be, but you'll get there.
Yeah.
And, I mean, for us, we're still working on getting our life fully together. I think you are for the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's interesting being young and you see in, like, the movies, like, oh, they're in their 20s and they have this super cute apartment and they're, like, everything's really clean and organized and they're so happy and, you know, they've got everything together, they make really good money, or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's not, like, once you grow up, you realize, like, it doesn't happen like that.
Not always,
Not
no.
everybody's life is
Some
like
people
that.
do, some people don't. I mean, it all kind of happens in variation, but
Your life, you have a different
statistically,
path.
especially this generation,
You don't own a home.
no. Everything's so expensive.
And don't let anybody put pressure on you or make you feel like you're doing things the
Yeah.
wrong way, because there is no right way.
Yeah. And a home expensive in California. We're in California.
Yeah, we're in California, so it's decently expensive out here.
Yeah.
We could move out, we know, but we don't want to. And... But yeah, don't make any, like, people will make comments, of course. They'll be like, wow, you're getting married and you don't even have a house, or like, you know what I mean? Like, there's things, people are always going to have something to
Don't
say.
let the haters bring you down.
Yeah, don't let the haters get you down. Live your life. If you're happy and you feel secure and you feel like that's the next step and you're good. I mean, we could have applied some of our wedding money to our down payment. But
we wanted to have a big wedding.
we wanted to have our big wedding. We waited for a long time.
Yeah. We don't party, so we're
No.
just like, we're going to party with his day.
We had the best food.
Yeah.
All of that. So it's just do what you're comfortable with.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let other people's opinions or other people's life bother yours.
Mm-mm.
And trust your gut.
Yeah.
So
Definitely. I feel we've said that multiple times throughout
in
this
several videos. Yeah. We're done rambling on,
Yeah, we
guys.
are.
We'll leave you be. If you'd like us to answer any specific questions or film any specific video,
This was
something you might want to
essentially
know.
a marriage rant.
Yes, really. I'll put it in my rant folder.
Yeah.
So let us know down below. We want to hear from you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much for watching. Like if you like. Subscribe so you don't miss us. And thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.